Humans called them Rangers, the galaxy already quaked at the foot soldiers. The galaxy expected gods and titans. What humanity brought instead were foot soldiers. They called them Rangers. And when alien senators witnessed them on the battlefield, they realized why even the strongest empires would quake at humanity's armies. Every empire has its champions. Sorcerers cloaked in fire. Telepaths who bend minds with a whisper. Behemoths that shatter cities with their fists. So when the galaxy learned of humanity's armies, they expected something similar: mystics, giants, or perhaps machines powered by forbidden sciences. But what they saw instead chilled them more than any spell or monster ever had. They saw the Rangers. The Galactic Senate gathered in a grand amphitheater, its tiers filled with species from 1,000 worlds. At the center stood the envoy of the Terran Republic, a woman named Captain Reyes. The senators eyed her with open disdain. "You bring no champions," hissed one scaled dignitary. "No warlocks, no titans. What power do humans offer?" Reyes smiled faintly. "We offer our Rangers." The chamber erupted in laughter. "Foot soldiers. That is all. Even our children wield more power than men with guns." Reyes said nothing. She simply activated the holoscreen at her side. "Then watch." The holo displayed a barren moon, scarred by war. Alien war beasts thundered across the surface, shields crackling, their sorcerers casting fire from the skies. Then the Rangers dropped. Not in ships of gold or chariots of light. They fell from orbit in armored pods that screamed through the atmosphere, slamming into the ground with bone-shaking force. The pods burst open, and the Rangers emerged, men and women in matte black armor, visors glowing faintly, weapons held steady. No speeches. No theatrics. Just silent precision as they spread across the battlefield. The alien war beasts roared, charging. Firestorms rained from the skies. The Rangers moved as one. Their rifles spat tungsten at hypersonic speeds, tearing through shields that sorcery claimed were unbreakable. Their drones swarmed overhead, mapping every movement, relaying every weakness. One Ranger knelt to plant a beacon. A moment later, an orbital strike vaporized an entire platoon of enemy sorcerers. They advanced without hesitation, without fear, turning the chaos of battle into methodical annihilation. The Senate chamber fell silent as they watched. It wasn't just their weapons that terrified the galaxy. It was their faces, or rather, the lack of them. Behind mirrored visors, the Rangers showed nothing. No triumph, no fury, no hesitation. To the enemy, it was like fighting shadows, faceless, relentless, utterly inhuman in their resolve. A sorcerer unleashed a storm of flame at a lone Ranger. When the fire cleared, the Ranger stood untouched, his armor scorched but intact. Without a word, he raised his rifle and dropped the sorcerer with a single shot. "Who are they?" a senator whispered, transfixed. Reyes's voice was calm. "They are just men and women. Farmers. Miners. Students. Trained, forged, and sent to war. No gods, no magic, only humans." The holo showed the battle reaching its climax. The alien warlord unleashed his final weapon, a colossal beast, armored in living metal, eyes glowing like suns. The Rangers did not flee. They closed ranks. They marked its movements. They cut its legs from beneath it with concentrated fire, climbing its flanks with magnetic boots, planting charges at its weakest points. Minutes later, the beast collapsed, its roar fading into silence. The battlefield was theirs. The holo faded. For a long moment, the Senate was silent. Finally, the scaled dignitary who had mocked Reyes whispered, These are your champions." Reyes met his gaze evenly. "No. These are just our soldiers. Our foot soldiers. We call them Rangers." The chamber rippled with unease. If these were merely the common soldiers of humanity, what else did the Terran Republic hold in reserve? Word of the Rangers spread like wildfire. To some, they were monsters. To others, they were legends. Wherever they landed, the ground shook with fear. Not because of sorcery. Not because of powers beyond reason. But because they were human. They fought with discipline, with unity, with a will that could not be broken. And the galaxy learned a truth it would never forget. When humanity went to war, even its foot soldiers made empires tremble. The galaxy had asked what power humanity brought. The answer was simple. Not gods. Not magic. Not titans. Just men and women, ordinary humans, trained beyond breaking, armed with will, grit, and steel. They were the Rangers. And the galaxy would quake at their name. They were not champions. Not gods. Just soldiers, ordinary humans forged into something extraordinary. The galaxy had laughed at humanity's weakness. But after seeing the Rangers, no one laughed again. What did you think of this story? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more HFY tales. Until next time, remember, even our foot soldiers can shake empires.